Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Cooped Up Podcast. Who's sniggering in the background there? What? I had to do 5 weeks of this. I got to vary it somehow.
It's just funny.
Welcome to the... how many weeks has it been now? Like 5?
Too many.
5 weeks of the podcast. Yeah, welcome back to the... You two have thrown me off already.
Yeah,
Screw
welcome
both.
back to a new cast.
Welcome back to a completely different podcast because I couldn't even say the name properly. Welcome back to the Cooped Up Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Chicken Movies, Adam, and with me, firstly, we have got a legendary Twitch streamer, mostly legendary because he shouted me out to many of the people on his stream. I have, of course, got Ninjadogs 14, Jay.
Hello.
And also with us, making his first podcast appearance, and the local normie of the group, Dan.
Brilliant. Yeah. Hello.
For reference, we said, I think, 2 episodes ago that we're going to introduce you as the normie, so I've got that over and done with already.
Despite him being an avid fan of Star Trek Next Generation or something.
No, Next Generation is like a normal thing to be a normie fan of, right?
Brilliant.
I'd say the original series is like
The
was like a
nerdy one.
niche thing, yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched either. So.
Still, I haven't watched.
I mean, yeah. So, slight problem with doing a podcast with you three, which is we don't really have much in common as a three, do we? Like, there's a load of stuff.
Unless you want to include CS:GO.
Yeah, but you can't talk about CS:GO that much, right?
No.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I always do.
Plus,
have...
our opinions come into CS:GO are completely
just a
different.
huge amount of swearing and accusing each other of stuff.
Yeah, of being shit.
Press the button, goddammit.
God,
Yeah, Jay, press the button.
no.
He's already off. This is going to be a great one, I can tell.
You need to give context for that.
Okay, you always go for your pee breaks when we're queuing a game. So when the button to accept shows up, you're never there. It's infuriating. You go for a pee during warm-up time because then you're in the game and you're just killing time. Don't.
I like warming up, using the warming up time.
No, that's wrong. Anyway, have you ever heard of a whole warm-up game?
Yes. I mean, pretty much
used to
all of
do
our
them when
games.
we wasted time.
Actually, saying that, last night we kind of had a warm-up game on Overpass, but we just got demolished. This is just becoming a CS:GO podcast. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is meant to be about movies. Jay, I believe I
Yes.
asked you some questions about movies on your episode, which was episode 2, I believe.
Yes.
So Dan, I'm going to apply some of the same questions to you. What is your favourite or favourite movies?
Well, I've lost my notepad document.
Please pause as he goes to find it. You said you had answers.
I have found it. I am prepared enough to have it open. I just, buried under all the things I have on my desktop. I don't have a single favourite movie. I have a group of movies I think are pretty good. The Pianist, The Aviator, they're older ones. Rocketman's a new one that I quite like.
Did you just say that?
Simple
Did
deep.
you just say that The Aviator is an older one?
How old is it?
2004.
It's an older movie. It's not old, but...
No, because older is like the 1980s, because that was...
Oh, you
nearly 40
consider
years ago.
1980s old?
I consider that to be older. And then old is like 60s and older. Anyway, so you said Aviator, Pianist. I haven't actually seen The Aviator, so I'll get around to that
You
one.
haven't? Oh.
No,
DiCaprio.
I have
It's quite
seen
good.
it. Yeah, it's directed by Scorsese, if I'm not mistaken, but no, I haven't seen it. And yeah, you said The Pianist. Okay, what else?
Rocketman.
Rocketman. Really? You'd honestly say that's one of your favourite movies ever?
I really liked it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, any others, or just those are the 3 that you immediately gravitated towards? Because I had trouble condensing my favourite movies down to 3, doing the first episode. Because Joe and Josh could just both immediately gravitate towards one answer, whereas I was screwed. I was thinking, I don't know. I like this and this and this.
But I also like this.
Yeah, I've seen a lot.
And this.
So
Imitation Game.
Imitation. Oh, I actually watched.
Oh
that
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good. I remember watching it on a train, and I don't know where I was going. Anyway, favorite movie genre. So, like, favorite type of movie. So, action, drama, horror, comedy, that sort of thing.
Sci-fi, action, adventure, that sort of thing.
Sci-fi, action,
kind
adventure.
of shows.
Yeah, I can see that. And then building on from that is the favorite movie franchise / series. So, like, what's
I'm a bit of a normie for this one. Star Wars or Avengers.
Star Wars or Avengers?
They're both
really?
brilliant.
Okay. Okay, I was thinking maybe some of the conversation topics wouldn't be good, but actually, if you say Marvel and Star Wars, then I think we could probably get a conversation going from there.
The MCU, it's not Avengers, is it?
No.
Yeah. Least favorite movies ever.
One that...
You know,
at the time I didn't think it was bad, but now looking back on it, oh my god, Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Comically
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Which
I
Spy
enjoyed
Kids,
that too.
Which Spy Kids did you watch? Did you watch the first one? The second one? Did you watch 3D?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I think I watched all of them.
It was too
I've
long
seen all
ago.
3. The worst one I think is 3D, right? Cause
Probably.
It's that's a strange movie. Spy Kids 3. You know, fair enough. You've actually got like a really terrible movie there. And then moving on to the shows thing. Favorite TV show and least favorite TV show. Or
I think you already know what my favorite.
You're gonna say Star Trek: The Next Generation for favorite TV show.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's mostly because there's so much of it, and I've watched it recently.
Yeah.
But I also think Chernobyl was quite good.
Yeah, I watched Chernobyl. Is it 5 or 6 episodes of Chernobyl?
I have no idea.
6 probably.
All I know is it's amazing. Yeah, I'll agree with you on Chernobyl.
I
And
need to
then
watch that.
this is like the weirdest bit I've just included at the bottom of the questionnaire. Just any other stuff you're into. I'm really curious what you interpreted that to be. Because I was interpreting it to be, well, you're into games, you're into music, you're into something else.
Oh, don't get me started on music.
You sent me an image of like a 13-hour playlist.
I did, yeah.
The other
I found a playlist, removed all the crap songs, and it was still 13 hours long.
That's, yeah. I mean, we all have very different music tastes on here, I think we can gather.
We can mostly agree that the stuff that comes out within, I'd say, the last 10, 20 years, not so good.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that comes out in the past.
In the West.
But there's a lot...
Hang on.
Can you tell what Jay's music sense is yet?
He's a weeb.
Yeah.
I am the
So yeah, you
local
listen to a lot of J-pop, Jay. I listen to a lot of edgy stuff, and Dan, you listen to a lot of older stuff.
80s.
Yeah, 70s,
80s
80s.
is brilliant.
What was a better decade for music? Was it the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s?
Depends what you want to listen to. They're all good for different moods.
Yeah. It's the same as me with like 2 different genres. It splits me between. Same as movies, really, with
Like
decades.
If you want to have
There's
a party,
good stuff in
you go
every.
80s, 90s. If you want to get work done, you go 60s, 70s.
Yeah, and God knows what you do with 2010s music.
You don't.
The problem with criticizing 2010s music is it's so broad now in terms of what people do. Like back
I
in the
find that
day,
people are recycling songs a lot more as well.
well, back in the day,
Back in the day.
You weren't alive
back
then.
in my day when I wasn't alive, in order to make a song, you would have to like you'd have to be really talented and go to this record company, and have a huge amount of money and time go into making a song. Now you can kind of just make a song and release it publicly for pretty much free. Like it's just a little bit of auto-tune, buying like a tagged beat, and you got it.
That was one of the things that punk rock was made like against because the point of like punk rock was that like anyone could like pick up some instruments, get together and jam out in front of an audience, because it was like against all the classically trained musicians.
You see,
Why did you say that?
I have mixed feelings on that idea, because it's the same with like making movies or TV. It's getting easier to do so because of the internet and technology improving. But
I also do think that is a good thing, because
it's a good thing.
Process is being opened up to more people.
It's a good thing, but also people who shouldn't ever go anywhere near a camera are releasing some like awful things, and it makes you think, why are these people getting attention for it? I don't like it.
But you say that, Birdemic and Sharknado exist.
Yeah, and they were both movies made in the 2010s. In the case of Birdemic, it was a movie...
Oh god, it doesn't look like it.
I'm pretty sure Sharknado was the 2010s. I'm pretty sure they did one Sharknado movie a year because they could. Sharknado was 2013. Okay, that surprises me as well. Like 2013? Ah. And they've had 6 Sharknado movies in like 4 years. God. The thing is, they made it ironic as time went on with the Sharknado movies, so they kind of just went, yeah, people know it's a joke, let's lean into the joke. And they sort of just used that as an excuse for being ridiculously dumb, which I don't really like. I like unintentionally bad. Not just bad. Just
Don't
bad
you mean
is painful.
intentionally bad?
Yeah, intentionally bad, because it just kind of feels like an excuse, really.
The only thing that comes to mind
You
right
can
now
play
is
if you know
The Room, yeah.
You could play.
One day we
on
are.
it
By the
if
way,
you know
one day
it's
on this
bad.
podcast, we are going to. When lockdown ends, we are going to watch The Room, all of us.
I'd be down for that, because I actually kind of want to watch it.
And no one other than me, no one on this podcast, I think, has watched The Room.
I've watched a little bit of it, and I thought it was
You keep
terrible,
on watching,
so
like
I stopped.
You keep on watching the same first 2 minutes every time, and then go, nope.
Yeah.
What bit is it that makes you quit? Is it the first sex scene? Is it the first line of dialogue?
I haven't got there yet.
Oh, there are loads. There's like 3 sex scenes in The Room, but they're all recycled from the same footage because the actress like refused to do any more sex scenes after the first one. It's great. You see Tommy Wiseau's ass. The other thing is when they are at it,
Oh God.
angles are very strange, shall we say.
Right.
If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I mean. And if you haven't, then watch it. It's amazing.
It's terrible.
And The Room's great. You have to be in a certain mindset to watch The Room.
Colonel,
Well, no,
I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keep alerting the guards.
To be fair, Tommy Wiseau is pretty thick. This is like a... Anyway, the last thing I want to say on The Room is...
God, fuck.
It was made in 2003. So how he managed to finance a movie like that, I don't really know.
There are multiple theories behind it.
He's just like this strange European guy who has a load of unexplained fortune. He just went, I want to make movie. Let's go.
Let's make movie. Yes.
Anyway, let's talk about movies like
Maybe he's vampire.
relating to the idea of making movies. I guess you could look either way on this one, which is you could say that the next movie is better, but you could also say that it's not nearly as funny as The Room, which is
It's better.
we all went and watched $1 Million Baby, which, Dan, is not an older movie. It was also 2004, but it was directed by Clint Eastwood, and I'd never seen it before. All I knew is it was about some boxing, and that's all I
Actually,
knew.
I have seen it before.
You have seen...
I didn't realise it, but I had seen it before.
Oh, where have you seen it?
Not in full, but a long time ago.
Yeah.
Being probably 5 years.
Really? Where did you watch it?
No idea.
Okay.
just know that I have seen it.
But yeah, so as a tradition, go around, give one word or one phrase to describe Million Dollar Baby. Jay? Like a word or a phrase.
Ooh, you're putting me on the spot.
Okay, Dan, a word or a phrase.
Fuck off.
Oh, okay then.
No,
What to do now?
It's a good film. You can't just say good.
Yeah, just say good then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
That doesn't just. You can't describe it in one word.
I'm gonna say growly voices.
That's two.
Phrases
Phrase.
as well. That's a phrase. Have like a dash in there and we're fine. Jay?
I think it's well ended.
Well ended, okay. So we've got good, gravelly, and well ending. So yeah, what did we think of this movie? Did we like it? Did we dislike it? Did we love it? Did we think it was alright? What?
I like it, yeah.
I liked it. I don't think it's perfect, but I did enjoy it.
I think I'm on a similar thing. I really liked this one, but it did have a couple problems that I had with it. So to start off with, things that we liked.
Spoilers.
No, actually no, because not many people have seen this, I'm going to say this first bit is going to be non-spoilers, and then the second bit we can go into spoilers. So without spoiling anything, good stuff, which is, I think for one, the characterization is actually really good in this movie. Because I was sort of thinking, when they introduced Maggie, you were kind of left thinking, this is weird, we're not seeing it through her point of view. Instead, we're seeing it through, I forget for Clint Eastwood's name, Frankie. We're seeing it through his eyes, or Morgan Freeman's eyes, as it goes on, and we never see it through hers. But as it progresses, we slowly learn more about her, and we learn more about Morgan Freeman, and we learn more about Clint Eastwood, and as that goes on, I think it does a really good job of building your investment in each of these characters and what they go through. And I think that was actually done really well, because she just clicked. And as soon as that happened, I think all three of them gave really good performances. Especially Hilary Swank, I think. What did you like, Jay?
I really liked the narration of Morgan Freeman. For those of you that don't know,
King of
any
narration.
Yeah, is the narration, and there's a lot of it, is done by Morgan Freeman. And
If that doesn't say you on a movie, I don't know what will.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because sometimes the narration will be very intrinsically tied to what's happening on screen, but then it's just sort of other times it's just a story with an aesthetic, and at those points you can just hear him and just hear the aesthetic of what he's saying and tie it to the story itself.
Yeah,
and it's just it can be really good for tension in points.
I don't usually like narration films because I think it kind of breaks the fourth wall. It makes me sort of come out of the film, but it does fit.
Yeah, because I think you couldn't explain a lot of what was going on without narration or massive. It was either massive exposition or narration, and so I think they did it right with the narration there, especially since they actually managed to tie in why he's narrating it to the story, which I think is
in the end.
A good feature. None of us know anything about boxing, really.
No.
Do we?
Nah.
I've seen a couple of boxing
People
fights
go
on
hitty.
YouTube, yeah. And I just know that if you're on the floor for 10 seconds, you're out, and also don't punch someone.
That was made quite clear.
And also
in the balls.
Yeah, and also don't punch someone while they're down. That's I know that that's against the rules of boxing. So yeah. One thing I do want to say is actually, I just wrote down sound simply, so I'm trying to work out what I actually meant when I said sound, and I think I was probably saying that I don't think its sound mixing was quite right, in terms of whenever you watch a boxing match on TV or on YouTube, you just can't hear the sound of them actually hitting each other, because it's so loud in the place or whatever. And so when you're watching it on TV, when Morgan Freeman's watching her boxing matches on TV, you can still hear the punches getting thrown. And I suppose it would make sense in the ring, but outside of it, I thought that was a bit of a strange thing.
I think that
does make sense. It draws you in.
Yeah, it's quite good for like tension and.
It's good for tension on her part, but it sort of was like, oh, it's quite quiet in this room. Then is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I think the punching sound effects were fine. By the way, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're a bit cartoony.
Yeah. I quite liked the sort of like voiceover of the fights. Like you could clearly hear like breathing during the fights, even though that normally it would be like inaudible. And it was
I think Clint Eastwood did a really good job with all the boxing scenes in this movie. Because he's able to like tell a story through the boxing ring, which is a good little thing he does there. Yeah, I think his camera work is, what I've noticed with the movies is his camera work is often sort of just the same as the stuff we always see, but he's able to use it in a way where he can give it like a good perspective, really. He's more of a story director than a visual director, I think.
One of the things that I thought was pretty cool with camera work is that are we still in non-spoiler
no, it's
territory?
Non-spoilers.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a minor spoiler then.
It's a minor.
Away.
Basically, in one of the fights, the camera like decided it wasn't worth turning around to the fight because it was ended that quickly.
Yeah. No, I
and it was really cool, but it's also, I think it's quite good for like the character of the film.
Yeah. Well, I want to quickly like talk about the personality of the film, which is I'm going to save the personality of the film for the spoiler bit because I do have some stuff to say there. But all I will say on the personality of the film is when I was watching, I was thinking, this color grading is really brown and grayish. Like this is a movie about like a boxer rising through the ranks. Why are you making it so like colorless? And then as the film progresses, you go, oh, okay, that's why. This is one of very few boxing movies that really isn't optimistic. It takes a very, I think, realistic approach to how boxing actually is.
Yeah.
In terms of the injuries and in terms of how you deal with that. It's not very technical, so if you're a fan of boxing, you're probably not going to get that much from it. But I like how it's more realistically tuned. Dan, you haven't spoken in a while. Go.
Yeah, you don't get the whole hero shielding thing.
Yeah, you don't get protagonist protection.
I forgot what it's called. What you'd probably call it.
Plus armor.
Plus armor, that's the
there
one.
we go. Yeah, no, it's very... Ironically, there are no punches held back, really, in this, are there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have one quick...
Punch the main character, they get punched.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say is... The other thing I wanted to talk about is who noticed the music in this movie?
I think it was quite barren, but the subtle was it an acoustic at times? It was pretty good.
I like how the music was used, but the interesting thing is the composer of the music was Clint Eastwood. So not only did he direct it and star in it and produce it, but he also did the music, which is very interesting.
This seems like his passion project in a way.
Well, I don't know what experience he's had with boxing in the past, but yeah, he did a good job directing this. The music was pretty good, and his performance is really good as well. To think of a couple of other minor things. Now, I like the sets. I think that's well done. Yeah, I think it's actually really well paced, actually. There's like a very clear 3-act structure in this movie, and as it progresses, you're always invested to see what the next bit is and the next bit is. Yeah. Which I always think is something that's very impressive. Are there a couple of wasted scenes? Yes. And I will talk about some of those wasted scenes in the spoilers. But overall, I think it was a very investing film.
Yeah. I'd like to jump in on that, because like throughout the movie, I felt like more time had passed, and actually, like, even though it's a 2-hour film, which is like a normal
12,
length,
I think
12, which is like a normal
when you take
length.
Away the credits, it's 2 hours.
Yeah,
a normal length film. It feels, for me personally, it felt a lot longer. But I don't.
Got that.
Yeah,
It's stretched out.
I didn't see that as a bad thing though. It was like really. It felt really investing, and the pacing seems really dense. Of like how much story it like it's a long movie, and it packs a lot of story in it.
Yeah, I like that, and it's still able to give us a lot of character development in that time.
Yeah.
Actually, one other thing I want to say is Margot Martindale, who plays Maggie's mum. She's good in it. I hate the character, but I understand it's meant to be.
Well, you're supposed to.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I just thought to point out I hated her mum. So good job.
Yeah.
I'm mostly referring it to her just because she is in BoJack Horseman as character actress Margot Martindale, who does just strange crimes. Yeah, I don't know how I can really describe it. I was like, oh, it's the lady.
I know her from another Amazon series called Sneaky Pete, and she's pretty good in that.
Okay, yeah, there are a lot of actors in this that I recognised actually.
Yeah,
in particular, Marvel people.
Yeah, this film was absolutely stacked for actors.
Well, none of these people were big names at that time. Like the guy from How to Train Your Dragon is in it.
Yeah, even though he's shit.
The cringy
guy,
the Texan guy. What's his name?
No, his name is the cringy guy. That's his thing.
Danger. That's the character's name. Yeah, that's the How to Train Your Dragon guy.
Yeah,
and also had Falcon and Luis in it.
The guy from one of the.
Yes, I recognised him. I couldn't put my finger on it quite when at the time.
And then also Luke Cage was at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
Also another
you don't watch
guy,
you haven't seen
guy
Luke Cage,
from
though,
Ant-Man.
Yeah, that was Luis. Yeah, Michael Pena. And I don't know, you might have missed it, but there was also this guy named Clint Eastwood in the movie. He's a big, he's a big
part of it, actually. He's quite good.
Have you guys seen any of the films he's directed and/or starred in?
Nope.
If I have, I can't recall them right now.
He's been around. He's like 89 years old, so good on him. You're looking.
Yeah,
now
I know he was like really popular for his like old Western films.
In particular, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the other two movies that came with that. Yeah. So yeah, Dan, any other things you want to say?
Don't think so. Whilst we're still in non-spoiler territory.
Alright then, so should we go into spoilers?
Sure.
Okay, so just to be clear, spoilers, you are asking upon this. If you want us to ruin the movie, we are going to do that now. So, for starters, yeah. It was this really like grimy looking movie, and I was thinking, why is it so grimy? And then she breaks her neck at the end of the second act and becomes paralyzed for the rest of the movie. Which was really surprising, actually. I was like, whoa, okay then. What are your thoughts on that, really?
I think it's great. Like,
think it's great that someone breaks their neck.
Yeah, because it's like
it's realistic.
It pulls you away from the whole plot.
I hate how they never tell you what happens to the person she's fighting. Because the chances are she probably would have been, like, disqualified from ever boxing again. Most likely.
Yeah, I that was one of the weird things. Like, when her mother said she lost, I was like, what? Because I thought she won that. She actually won the fight due
she
to
was
disqualification. Yeah, she was winning, but then she should have won because the other girl obviously made herself disqualified. But I suppose that wasn't really.
Well, they say she
important.
actually lost.
Well, the mother says she lost.
Yeah.
But
then her mother, that's what
didn't even watch it. Her mother didn't watch it.
Yeah, I suppose fair enough.
I assumed that she assumed that she just lost since she broke her fucking neck and didn't even know that she broke her neck while it was in between rounds.
I love how it then like follows Frankie's grief after that happens.
Yeah.
You know, at first he's going, well, let's find a hospital that can fix you up, then you'll be fine. And then he's going, this is all your fault, Morgan Freeman. This is the person who put the stool there's fault. This is the other boxer's fault. And then he finally can just accept it. Yeah. And that was really heartbreaking. Oh, one thing I should have mentioned in the non-spoilers. All of the blood makeup, really good.
Yeah.
I think that looks great in the movie.
Yeah.
Did it make you squirm, Dan?
No.
It didn't make me squirm. But something I did think was really good was I don't know what to call it, whether it's costume or cosmetics, but Morgan Freeman with the blind eye and the fact, and the fact that he just looks like older than he usually does. Like this was 2004, right? And
so he would have been 50 or 60 something. I don't know. How old is Morgan Freeman?
He looks a lot older in that film.
You might I don't think Morgan Freeman cares if you insult him or not, but I'll check how old he actually is. I'm trying to think. He would have been. He's 82 years old now. That movie was 16 years ago, so he would have been 66, I believe. So he looks older in that. Yeah, I can agree.
I mean, movies. I think it was due to like costume or something because movies I've seen of him like after that he looks younger.
Yeah, Dark Knight. He looks a lot younger.
Yeah.
So yeah, good on Morgan Freeman, I guess.
No, good on like the costume.
Good on the makeup, yeah.
Yeah, makeup.
There is one. When I was talking about pointless scenes, that is what I was going to say. The scene of him beating up Anthony Mackie. Why was that there, really? Because I get it's cool that Morgan Freeman can still beat up someone, but the movie's not about him. It's about this character with nothing getting it all and then losing it immediately.
I did enjoy that scene though. It was like comical and sort of heartfelt that he got his 110th fight.
Yeah, but I think that comical point sort of undercuts a lot of the darker stuff that they were doing in the movie. I think if it had been something like he fell out with Clint Eastwood and they got into a fight, then that would be a lot more logical. But in the case of the movie, it was kind of just pointless, really.
Too old.
It puts him in his place. I can't remember the name of the person.
Danger. Or wait, do you mean Anthony Mackie? I can't remember his name either.
I don't know. Whoever Morgan was punching at the time.
Anthony Mackie.
It puts him in his place.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point of that scene.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like the cringy dude.
He was some strange comic relief. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like his first two scenes are cringe, but then like I did like how they sort of drip fed a joke reveal later on of like the water bottle.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty funny. Because like early on, well, not early on, like halfway through the movie, he it's like noted too that he's just staring at a water bottle like twice. Then later on in the movie, it's literally him just like wondering, how the hell did they get these big ice cubes in this water bottle? And then Morgan's just like, oh, I'll show you. Like, he's just such a pitiful character.
Yeah, I like Morgan Freeman a lot in this movie, but I think it's weird what they chose to do with him.
I quite like it, actually.
But then of course there's the final bit of the movie, which is euthanasia, which is her asking Clint Eastwood to kill her. He says no, and then he goes, actually, this is much worse. And that was a really emotional scene, actually. In particular, him revealing what was it, like Mo Cushy or something? Whatever the name on her robe
Gaelic phrase.
Yeah, that was him saying what that actually meant was really sweet.
Yeah.
Well, bittersweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really nice reveal there. And it was a really heartfelt movie in the end, and
yeah,
it ended on a bummer, which was actually quite a good subversion there, because I really didn't expect her to get paralyzed 2/3 into the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, you did a good job there, and you swapped the themes around into something much more interesting than I originally thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that ties back to the pace, because like while shit kept on happening, I was like, wait, what? And
it finally
then
slows down with that.
Yeah, but then I'd look at the time and wait, what? We're halfway in? Okay, I'll keep on watching. Wait, what? Where are we? Okay, we still got like a quarter left. It was like just so like dense.
Dan, what do you think
really
of
good.
the themes in this?
You're asking me the wrong question.
Okay, there's any other things you've got to say that involve spoilers?
Probably, but I'm not going to recall them right now.
If they come to...
I should have written this all down when I was watching the film.
I wrote down... the way I do my notes for talking about things is I literally just write like 1 or 2 words so I know what I'm on about. So for example, I wrote sound, Morgan Freeman fight, color grading. And then the rest of it I sort of just went, yeah, that's roughly what was going on in there. So yeah, all around I think this is a really solid movie. I think we can all agree on that one.
Definitely.
So for starters, would you recommend it?
Yeah, I think I would.
Okay, you would recommend it. I would also recommend it.
What's the age rating on
I think
the film?
it's... I'm trying to think. I watched it on Amazon Prime. It's currently on Prime, by the way, if you want to watch it.
15, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing it's probably a 15. I'm going to quickly check.
Yeah.
It says it's a 12 on Prime, but I feel like it should be a 15.
Yeah, it's 15, I think.
Yeah.
For the plot.
I seriously don't think it could be a 12.
Saying
also,
that,
no,
though,
I don't think any 12-year-old could enjoy
the
this
opening
movie.
scenes to Up are quite sort of adult in nature in terms of storytelling.
But I feel like the general themes of that are more oriented towards children, whereas euthanasia, I think, is something you can't really communicate to a 12-year-old.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you've got to be in a mood to watch it. There's a lot of things to like about this movie, but it's not for everyone. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Jay, I'm guessing you would recommend it as well?
I'd recommend it, yeah.
Yeah, so finally, ratings out of 10. Because I'm actually curious of this. Dan, what would you Do you rate movies out of 10, really, Dan?
I don't really rate films.
You just go...
Is good or is not good, basically.
Does it go in the is good?
I don't judge a film on if it's actually good. I judge a film on did I enjoy it.
Rate your enjoyment of this film.
5, but I think it's actually a better film than that.
You'd give it only a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I didn't really enjoy. I think it's a good film, but it's not my kind of film, shall we say?
Okay, yeah, I can agree there. Jay, what rating would you give it?
Okay. I'm like, okay, so it's not particularly the premise isn't unique, so that wouldn't.
I disagree because I think the story is.
The story's unique, but not the premise. Like the premise around it being around this wrestling,
Boxing.
Boxer.
No, but I think it's subversive, so it sort of gets a pass on the fact that it's got a generic premise. Because it knows that, so it goes, yeah, we're generic, so let's flip it on its head.
Yeah, and I do think that there are things that could be better about it, so I'm gonna give it an 8.
I would actually give it a 9. Because, like I said, there are some plot lines in there that I didn't particularly feel make sense, but I think that what it wanted to do, which is tell a story about a rise and fall, with some deep characters and some investing themes, and I think it did all that really well. So yeah, I'm giving it a 9.
For me, a 9 would be like a movie that is basically as good as it could be, in my opinion, and then a 10 would be a personal connection to it.
Okay. Whereas I look at 10s as in there is literally nothing major wrong with it. So, you know, something... So, you know, if it's something like, this movie is perfect, but there's one shot that's out of focus, I probably still would give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's got, like, one big problem, like a couple of unnecessary scenes, then I'd say it knocks it down to a 9. That's how it works for me. I sort of just look at it as, you start at 5, and then you add things for things that you like, and minus things for things you don't like. And so I was left with, 9's about right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is our thoughts on $1 Million Baby. It's a strange title, $1 Million Baby. When describing it to Joe and Josh last week, I was thinking, they're not going to have a clue about this unless they Google it, are they?
Yeah.
And then neither of them end up watching it.
I mean, I kind of see the connection to it now. Like, I see the connection between the title and a movie now, but then again, it's just doesn't really fit. Maybe that's just me.
I think it's a fine title.
I think it does.
Yeah, I don't really care, really, what the...
Yeah, it's a title. It doesn't mean too much, but...
Yeah, I also just realised that I didn't put down the time code for when $1 Million Baby discussion started. So I'm going to have fun looking through to find out where we started talking about this. So yeah, I think that's probably the end of our discussion. So the next bit I want to talk about is our Q&A. Because he wasn't on this week, I got Joe to ask us a few questions in the comments. So we'll go through a few of them. First question for everyone. Can we get a live action vlog? No. That's it. If you want to look at Jay's face, he does it on his stream.
Yeah.
This one's a good one. Movie you're looking forward to in 2020/2021. There were some movies I'm looking forward to in 2020, but then they got delayed, so... Yeah.
I don't know what's coming out.
What's coming out? I mean, I can go through a few that I'm looking forward to, I guess.
I got 2.
You've got 2. I'm looking forward to Dune, which is directed by Denis Villeneuve, who also made Blade Runner 2049. Apparently it's Game of Thrones in space. Of course, I would want to watch that. Looking forward to Bond, because of course I am.
Oh.
Looking forward to Christopher Nolan's new film, Tenet.
Oh crap! Yeah, Bond. That's the thing that's coming out.
Yeah.
Gotta forget that.
Looking forward to Edgar Wright's new film, Last Night in Soho, because again, like, of course I would. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. What got delayed to 2021 that I was looking forward to? Oh, I guess I'm looking forward to the new Batman movie as well, because yeah. I don't know, Dan,
Cool.
what are you looking forward to? Other than Bond.
Hopefully the Bond film's going to be good.
Okay, Jay?
Why is Daniel Craig still playing Bond?
Money.
Quite old now.
Money.
I mean, I think it's already out, but I want to watch Extraction with Chris Hemsworth and Doctor Strange, the next Doctor Strange movie when that comes out.
Doctor Strange 2. Yeah, Extraction's out on Netflix.
Have they even said that's going to be a thing?
Well, Doctor Strange 2. Yeah, they've announced them all.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
Black
I need to
Panther
do
2,
some reading.
Yeah,
Thor, Doctor
so... Do not
Strange.
realise Marvel's planned out its movies until 2022. It's got...
That's only 2 years.
Yeah, but 3 movies a year.
Oh, do they really have that many years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because this year they were going to do Black Widow and Eternals, but then they delayed Eternals and Black Widow because of coronavirus. So in 2021, we're going to get Eternals, Spider-Man 3, Shang-Chi, and Doctor Strange 2. So we're getting 4 MCU movies in 1 year. Then I think the year after that we're getting Captain Marvel 2 and Black Panther 2 and Thor 4. Oh wait, apparently they've said Doctor Strange 2 is... Wait, no, that's not right. Hold on, I'm second guessing myself now. I swear Doctor Strange 2 was still 2021. I thought it was just like November.
Did they
I'm
move
gonna have to Google this one now. I swear it was end of 2021 they were doing it. Apparently, okay, IMDb says it's 2022, so... Great. Oh, what the hell? Why is it March 2022?
Oh no.
Yeah, that is an oh no. This is confusing me. So yeah, Jay, you're looking forward to Extraction. I think you'll enjoy Extraction. I have not... Oh, wait, no, I have seen Extraction. I didn't love it, but it's still pretty good. I think you'll enjoy it. So yeah, that's some movies we're looking forward to. Then some individual questions here, ladies and gents.
Oh, God.
Adam, favourite video you have made so far? That's a difficult one. I quite like both Doctor Who videos I've made recently. I really like the Norman the North video, actually. I think that's probably my favourite one. I always liked doing the analysed reviews, even though they have aged really badly. Something like the Spider-Man one or the Harry Potter one, I think I really liked the deep analysed versions of them. I say analysed, it's kind of just me like going through it in a really in-depth manner. So yeah, those are probably my favourite videos. Jay, this is a question for you.
Ooh.
So you stream a lot of games, but which game do you enjoy streaming the most?
Okay, so that question's sort of is asking me sort of the game I've sort of like had the most enjoyment with the interaction of the stream, and that's quite difficult because I've had like lots of different sort of experiences with different different games. So like in Overwatch, I've met some pretty cool people. In Monster Hunter, I met some pretty funny people in Osu. Osu is a very like small community, so it like when you're part of the community, it feels like you're one of us.
Okay.
So like, the most enjoyment I've had is probably just streaming like I'm gonna say Osu.
You're gonna say Osu. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this
It's
is
very
strange.
close though.
This
It's-
one's for
it's-
Dan, which is: have you ever thought of doing some form of streaming / video?
I have thought about it, and I'm terrible at it, so I have decided not to.
You probably can. You've been pretty decent in this podcast so far.
Yeah. Talking to other people, fine. Talking to myself alone for an hour, nah.
Me and Josh do that professionally even when there's no camera rolling, so we got it down.
Nah.
I mean, that's
I can't do it.
one of the things I sort of got into when I was trying to get into streaming Apex is sort of like finding someone to stream with, because it can't, like, if you're not used to sort of like talking to yourself, it can be quite difficult to not have quite a quiet stream. So it's good starting off with like someone else to stream with, play games with and shit.
I mean,
Talk
right now,
with-
OBS has stream information on it because I have it linked to my Twitch account from a while ago, and it has Destiny 2 as the category. That's the last thing I streamed. Don't know when.
It wasn't Levy, was it?
Probably
No
not.
idea.
Yeah. Goodness knows.
I remember you
But
streamed
we haven't played
relatively
that game
recently,
for...
but I forget.
We haven't
We
played
haven't
it
played it since
ever,
Christmas.
ever since we No, we played it after Christmas, and that's when we completed it.
Yeah.
Whenever the last time I played Levy was when we... whenever I last played Destiny was the
Yeah.
last time was when we did Levy.
Yeah.
I think it
actually
might have
beat
been
it.
February, actually.
A while ago as well.
Yeah, yeah. Almost as long as it took us to complete Levy.
Mm,
What, a year?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Halo 2
Did take a
anniversary
while.
available now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you did try making a couple of YouTube videos. I don't know what's happened to them. You probably deleted them all or something.
Yeah, no, don't bother looking for them, they're not there.
I don't know. You could always do like not
They're
really
searching on my hard drive.
collabs, but work with multiple people on videos. That could work.
I would find that easier, but it's not really a thing I want to do
I'll
right
I'll hire you as an editor.
now. Sure.
I mean, I'd actually have to make AdSense in order to get an editor first. Important question in capital letters: Star Trek or Star Wars?
Oh, damn it.
God damn it.
Jay, you first.
I haven't seen Star Trek, so I'm just gonna have to say Star Wars. But I'm open-minded about that.
Dan? I think this is mostly targeted at you.
It is, yes. There's more Star Trek. Star Trek came first. Of the older stuff, I think Star Trek is better. Of the newer stuff, I think Star Wars is better.
So you think the sequel trilogy is better than...
The new Star
I know,
Trek.
I haven't seen... I've watched the newer Star Trek movies, the Kelvin timeline, 2009. But that's it. I haven't seen Discovery. Or anything after Next Generation.
I tried watching... Okay, you watched Picard, but...
Well, okay, yeah, I watched Picard. That's basically a film, right?
Pretty much. Well, I don't know. Look at extended
It's
film.
not...
Yeah, okay then.
It's nothing like episodes, which have basically had nothing.
Yeah,
in
Star
relation
Trek
to each
is
other.
serialized, but Yeah, it's always interesting what they use TV for, because some shows will use it as a way of telling very short stories every week, whereas others will be, let's tell a really long story. And I like that. I like the mix of that, but it's very strange when they mix with each other. Like I think Discovery tried doing. A couple of other questions. These are just ones that I've came up with in case Joe did not get the good questions. However, he has, except for the live action video. I don't know what that's about. First up, best/worst MCU movies. Because we've all seen quite a few MCU movies, but what is the best one? What are the best ones and what are the worst ones?
I mean,
I think I've seen all of them, but the ones about Hulk.
But the one about Hulk, there's a Hulk movie.
No, there's two. I believe there's an older one, but it's
that's not part of the MCU. Yeah.
No.
I mean, the first that one part of the MCU is barely part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Iron Man is brilliant.
You think Iron Man's the best MCU movie?
I'm not sure if it's the best, but I think it's really good. The first one.
Yeah.
Because, of course.
Yeah, you got to give Iron Man credit for starting it.
Yeah.
I think Infinity War is one of the better MCU movies. That's not to say. I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy is brilliant.
I like both Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
The first Avengers I have a real soft spot for, because I think that was the first MCU movie I watched. But my favourite one is Winter Soldier. I think that's the best MCU movie. Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
I mean,
because it made someone boring into someone interesting, and I approve. Jay, what are your favourites?
Okay. From, like, if I think what is the best, probably an Endgame, just for how spectacular it is. But then, like, a real, like, the soft part in me really likes Doctor Strange. I just think it's so interesting with its visuals.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because Josh actually said that Endgame was his favourite movie ever, so...
Yeah, Endgame is really special because it has that encompassing of the entire MCU, basically.
All right, so Dan, if you think you're not the normie, then who is?
Out of who?
Out of the 5 people who've been on the podcast. So us 3 and Joe and Josh.
Probably Joe.
You say Joe. I want to say, depending on what it is, it's Joe and Josh.
Joe and Josh. I don't know. I think Josh can be a normie. So it's all about what you're a normie for, though.
Yeah. I mean, we all have that one normie category.
But anyway, you're the biggest normie. Settled. Thank you for settling that, Dan. What appeals you to a film? So, like, what makes you want to watch a movie? So, like, if you find yourself watching...
Am I going to be able to sit there for the 1.5, 2 hours and not be bored by it?
It's really just, can I hold my attention for that one?
Yeah, that's all the film has to
But how do you decide, like, what makes you go, I'm going to watch this movie?
I don't know.
Or what makes you say, I want to watch this movie?
I don't know. Generally, if other people think it's good, I will go and watch it. And...
Yes, yeah, so like recommendation.
Okay, so would you say the same thing, Jay? Word of mouth?
Recommendation and premise, because, like...
Actually, yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
If it's a really recommended romantic comedy, then I'm less likely to watch it than a really recommended crime film, so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mostly look at it in terms of who makes
I
it.
mean, fucking Bruce Almighty is basically no, is that Bruce Almighty? Because it is in a way a romantic comedy. Because it does have elements of romance in it.
Yeah, but so many things have elements of romance in it.
Yeah, that's so you being biased towards romantic comedies is.
Anyway,
but I suppose that's let's just get.
I'm gonna get
past
the different.
that.
I'm gonna split the answers here and say the people that make it define whether I want to watch something or not. I'd much rather watch a David Fincher movie than a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Come at me, Joe. I dare you.
I enjoyed it. All right.
This is also a pretty good one. Video games that defined YouTube, or I guess games that were defined on YouTube. Basically, what are the biggest games that have been on YouTube?
Well,
Fortnite, CS, Minecraft.
Do you think
Yeah,
CS:GO?
no. CS Fortnite are Twitch games. Minecraft definitely
Minecraft
was.
absolutely gets its place there.
Yeah,
It was the king
Minecraft.
of YouTube in like 2012.
GTA's on.
Yeah,
I think GTA
it's
deserves a place
it's
there as well.
the same as Amnesia. Like Amnesia was
Amnesia
like
was pretty big, yeah.
yeah.
Because that kicked off.
That was a
PewDiePie.
strictly YouTube thing when Twitch was basically a small community.
Yeah, I think Modern Warfare. That's one that was quite big on YouTube when that came out.
Mm.
Oh, I'm going like old YouTube, same as that like Halo. That was really big on YouTube back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you think more? I disagree with you, Jay. I think Fortnite was big on YouTube because so many channels were built
It
off
was
Fortnite.
big on YouTube, but it was big on YouTube after it got big on Twitch.
That's fair, yeah. Twitch has sort of taken the gaming spotlight away from.
And
All
YouTube
that.
is just
Yeah.
sort of like less about gaming. It still does have very strong gaming elements, but it's a lot broader now.
Oh, I just skipped on another massive like YouTube game, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah,
I got into that one. Yeah.
yeah. That's definitely a YouTube thing.
That was one that was very big on YouTube. Anything else?
Never play.
Undertale was.
Undertale was big, yeah.
Undertale was big, but it was more of a fandom game. It was like
The fandom
just-
defined it, yeah.
yeah. It wasn't really YouTube or Twitch. It was fucking Tumblr.
Just reminding me of computer science classes. Well, you're supposed to be coding, but no, you're playing games on your laptop.
Why wouldn't you? You're given a computer.
Because you have brilliant teachers that don't pay attention to you.
Why wouldn't they put a computer in front of you, you go cool, and then log into your friend's PC instead and just like save. What's the worst things we like did to each other on school computers?
How about we don't?
Okay. We
Yeah,
can save that for a whole other episode that's about our days in school.
Weird things
All I will say-
happen when I play OSU at college because
You just complain that the computers are laggy.
I complain the map that mouse acceleration is on, then I turn it off.
Right, the only thing I can say, and this can be like a preview of whenever this stuff talking about stuff we did in school, this can be like the preview of it. Okay, searching porn on whose phone was it? Was it Sam's phone? I think we searched
It was
porn.
Sam's phone.
What happened?
Oh, you weren't there, were you? Anyway,
No.
we'll discuss it another day. But basically, yeah, porn got searched.
Yeah, that describes our school. Plagiarism and porn.
Plagiarism, porn, and loads of drugs. Should we call the? Actually, no.
We
I'll
say
get
that, but it's not
this
as
video.
bad as other schools, in my opinion.
Actually, no. This video will get flagged if I call the video plagiarism, porn, and drugs. Maybe not. Anyway, before this goes off the rails even more, let's just stop it here with one last question, which is, and this is one that I've had listed for ages.
Oh, here we
Is
go.
butter a sandwich filling?
No.
Because if you have a jam sandwich, you're spreading jam on the bread. So why is it not when you spread butter on the bread that it's a butter sandwich?
Oh, it's an air sandwich.
Technically, it's a filling, but in terms of taste and I'd probably say culinarily, it's not a filling. It just comes with.
What is the definition of like a sandwich filling? Because it's something that goes between the bread
Something
roll.
that's not bread or butter.
Yeah,
Well, why is-
basically.
But like bread sandwiches exist.
Yeah.
Bread sandwiches exist.
Almost everything.
Back me up in the
sandwiches
comments.
exist.
Anyway, this is the most useless set of Q&A we've ever had. And if you want to make Q&A even worse, then please feel free to comment down below some more questions. But I think that's going to have to be all of it because I'm kind of starving. I'm going to eat a butter sandwich now. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Dan, where can people find you?
Nowhere.
Oh,
You can't. I don't exist.
okay, Jay, I mean, go ahead, plug, go.
Okay. You can find me at twitch.tv/Ninjadogs14.
That was really strange there. You like... Oh, okay then. It feels like you just became like a voicemail machine. So yeah.
I've had a lot of practice.
I mean, subscribe to this channel if you
much.
like the podcast, and even if you don't like it, subscribe anyway, because it will make me feel really happy. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Subscribe for good content.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't do good content.
Good content. good content.
Subscribe anyway. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Will we? Goodbye.